Brother. Nathan. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey.
What's
So
I'm back.
You're back.
CBS. Yeah.
Welcome back. First off, that's first things first. I think we held it down last week without you, with a little help of Josh and Steve,
For sure.
which I thought was fun. A lot funner than I expected it to be. I'll be honest with you. Funner.
It's funny. I started watching last week's podcast. I watched the whole thing on the plane, right? So it's already a little awkward because I know people behind me are looking at my screen and going like, "Oh, that?" I watched the whole thing on a plane, and in the first 15 minutes or so, I'm thinking to myself, "God, is this how annoying we are? Like when I'm not on it, is this how annoying we are to other people?" Right?
Yeah.
Because listen, Steve, bless his heart, I love Steve, but he was annoying the crap out of me with all this jinxie bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose this week. I'm gonna lose, like as if his words are gonna impact the result of the game. But in the second half, it was definitely an entertaining pod, and not just because you guys talked about me a lot and how much you me in costume.
Yeah.
But I definitely was laughing out loud a few times at the costume discussion. That was fun.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
we had a
nice.
good time talking about that. Good speculating.
Yeah.
It's playoffs are set. We are ready to go, right? We can talk this out a little bit, break it down.
Break it
And,
down.
I just want to know what kind of voodoo math CBS uses. There's only 3 guys with a better record than me in the league, and I didn't make the playoffs 2 out of 3 years. CBS got some voodoo shit going on, dog.
I think I nailed it last night. And I've been confused more than once about how they do their head-to-head tiebreakers when there's multiple teams. We've talked about it on the pod. It's always confusing to me. But last night I looked at it from 2 perspectives. Okay. One of them is, let's figure out all the win-loss. And if you look at the 3 of you, all the win-loss, those 2 guys are 2-1, 2-1 against the 3 of you, and you were 1-2. And I think I finally figured out that's the way CBS looks at it. Is they go, okay, let's put together all 3 of them, and then what are their standings on head-to-head, and that's why you're out. It's because you were 1-2 against those guys.
So that's fine. Well, it is what it is.
You've made your peace.
Here's where I get confused, or what I just don't understand, and I don't know if there's another setting or not. I don't know why he doesn't just go head-to-head record within your division. Like, I don't understand why my record against other guys, like me and Ryan in the same division, we tied division records. It should go to points. I don't know why that goes into some other division, how I played Steve.
It doesn't.
It doesn't make sense.
The way it works is it's looking at, okay, the 3 of you were all on the bubble because you're all 7-7. So the first tiebreaker is head-to-head.
Yep.
Right. And so you got 3 guys, and you played Ryan twice, but you only played Steve once. You lost to Ryan once, you lost to Steve once. So your record total between the 2 guys was 1-2. And I mean, it's as simple as that. And their records in the 3 sum is 2-1. So they're 2-1.
No, I understand. It's still wrong on CBS. I get it. All right, cool. We can move on. That's fine.
But anyway, I'm glad we decided to record on Tuesday.
I can talk myself into any mathematics to figure this out in my favor. I can figure it out. I can figure out 3 different ways how CBS is wrong. It's all good.
We usually record on Wednesdays, and we for some reason decided to do it on Tuesday this week. And I thought to myself, perfect, we're gonna have a fresh wound on the pod.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too that we're recording today, but I didn't say anything because it is what it is. What I'm frustrated about is my team rallying at the end of this season and me being 1 game out of the fucking division win. I'm 1 game behind Jake and Justin, and that's so frustrating, man. If I could have just made a little decision a little bit earlier in the season, or one of my guys didn't get injured, or Jordan Mason could have had 1 more game, you know what I mean? Like all these things like could have put me in the playoffs this year. I would have been at the bottom, but I would have been in. You know what I mean? And so it's so frustrating to be that close.
I was doing all the math and all the machinations and everything while I was watching the game last night.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to do any of it when I was in Puerto Rico, but while I'm watching the game, I'm doing it, and that part's fun for me. I nerd out on stuff.
Yeah.
And I realized that basically you were going to leapfrog Alex. He was going to lose, you were going to win, and that you were beating him in the tie head to head. And I was like, damn it, that means I have to play Ben in the first round of the loser bowl. I was hoping to play Alex in the first round because an ideal scenario to me would have been Alex versus Bobby in the
Mm.
dress bowl, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But now it's like either you or me are guaranteed, Ben. One of us is going to be in the dress bowl.
Yeah, that's true. I'm liking my chances right now. I'm trending up, so I'm feeling confident this week.
Didn't Nate just put up almost 200?
Yeah, it's all good.
With all my guys hurt and on a bye.
Yeah, well, things
Brother, I got
KW3.
your back, brother. You got it. You
things
got it.
happen.
Fuck
You
yeah.
had a good week, but you haven't been recently. So,
No, I don't know.
I mean, he's bound to have a good week every once in a while.
Sean's got to feel a little sketchy going into fucking playoffs with his performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he had a good week. He ran into my team this week. I mean,
Did he catch up? I didn't look to the scores this morning. Did he catch
Oh,
up
yeah.
last night then?
well, he had Chase put up 50 points last night. So
Oh, okay. I turned that game off. I was tired of watching it. Fucking.
Yeah.
that
All right. So
touchdown
he caught up.
from-
All right, take it back, Sean. You were just down by a lot before the game. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad.
that touchdown of Burrow to Chase with like 2 minutes left in the clock. Actually, that one single touchdown secured a playoff spot for me in 3 different leagues.
Let's not give him 200 points either. He's at 172. That's 28 points. That's not 200.
All right.
I've gotten to 172 this year. I can get there again.
I remember that.
172 is a
Brother, I
good
think you
week.
got him covered. Easy, dude. No problem. Just fucking
Enough about us
Nate in the
losers, though.
fucking costume is everybody's fucking dream right
That's
now.
the
We started talking about it
dream.
last week. Everybody is for that right now.
Just let it happen,
well,
Nate. Just
It's,
let it
I'm
it's
the
happen.
nice
only-
to be hated, right, Nate? Come on. It's
I'm the
nice
only
to have
costume-
everybody rooting against you.
I'm the only costume virgin in the loser bowl, right?
Oh
In the
yeah.
loser-
What
well,
happened?
you're not in the loser bowl, Matt. You're in the
Oh.
consolation bracket. So there's
Oh,
no
I
way.
thought.
for
Oh,
you-
you're saying the only one there. I thought you're saying the one that didn't ever wear one. I'm sorry, I misheard.
No, yeah, I'm the
Okay.
only costume virgin in the loser bowl. So you and Joe,
Got it.
you guys are in the bracket where you have an opportunity to earn that first pick in the rookie draft next year, right?
Yeah.
But the only people that could potentially be in a dress is me or Ben, Alex or Bobby, and we've seen Alex in like 3, 4 dresses. I think 4.
Yeah.
We've seen Bobby in 1. He was the original Healing Tips and Kisses, right? And then we saw Ben in 1. So of course, and I'm sure that's the only reason people want to see me in a costume is for that reason alone, not
Yes.
because of
Yep.
who I am or that I'm the commissioner or anything like that. But
No.
enough about us losers, though. Let's talk about the winners.
All right. Well,
No.
let's
Fuckers.
let's look at what do we got here? What are the
Dude, I think it's going to be all the way. It's going to be Josh or Justin. I think. I know Sean thinks it's all jinx anytime somebody doesn't pick him because you've talked him up so much on this fucking pod about Sean's best team ever, best team this season. I get it. It's not a jinx, just my thoughts. But I like those two teams going forward.
All right.
wouldn't-
Well, I go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I wouldn't pick either one of them. I mean, as much as I would love to see a first timer, I would love to see a degenerate bowl with 2 first timers against each other. That'd be perfect, right? Sean and Steve are the only ones that have won before that are in the playoffs. So yeah, let's go ahead and eliminate both of them. But Sean's got a bye this week, so it's gonna be Justin versus Steve, and Josh versus Ryan.
Justin put up 201. Josh put up 162. I like him.
Yeah, I like Justin this week too. I think Steve, his team is a little hit or miss. I think Justin definitely
More miss.
Yeah, Justin's definitely more consistent than Steve is.
Yeah.
So I would give him the edge.
Yep, definitely.
So wait, who's playing who this week?
Justin and Steve, and then
Justin and
Josh
Steve.
and Ryan.
Got it. I was looking ahead. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I'm as far as your comment about Sean and Jeff. Until they stop winning. I know Sean lost this week. I get that, but until they really show me that they're not the 2 best teams in the league, I'm still kind of leaning towards them as far as who's
Well,
gonna.
But in the matchups this weekend, who are you taking?
Yeah, they're not playing this week.
No, I know.
Yeah, so
I was
between
just sorry. I was going back to his comment from before. I'm a little behind. I was looking ahead. I don't know. I I like Josh's team this year. I said that before, and I'll continue to say that. I like Josh's team. Um, I think Justin's team. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of their team, Justin and Jake's team. Um, but it's hard to argue against Josh Allen. You know what I mean? So dude put up what 60 points last week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had a brief conversation in thread about the term league winner, right?
Yeah,
And Matt
yeah.
proposed that maybe somebody that was drafted in the first round, Saquon, was a league winner. I think in most fantasy circles, the term league winner is defined as somebody that either you drafted late or picked up on the waiver wire, and then he leads not just your team, but thousands of teams to championships. That's this year's league winner, right?
Yeah.
I think we could make a great case for Chase Brown being this year's league winner. I mean, look at his scores the last 5 weeks. 27, 21, 19, 19, 24. I mean, that's 5 weeks in a row of more than 19 points. Chase Brown, this year's league winner.
Well, I mean,
if he's on the right teams, it only matters if he's on the right teams. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's got Chase Brown this year?
That's Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Josh. That's right.
And the only reason he's starting Chase Brown is because he traded Bijan to get Neighbors, which allowed him an open running back spot to put Chase Brown in there. So it's almost like a win-win for him.
Yeah, I was right when I was thinking about Josh's team. J Love, Brown, Jefferson, Neighbors, McBride. How did Pacheco play this week? Did he play okay?
It'll be better week after week.
He passed the eyeball test. I mean, he looks great, but he only rushed for 55 yards.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how he turns it around in the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, I think Josh and Justin's teams are probably going to move forward. Matt, you're probably right there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see it go down though. I'm excited to see those two go up against. Yeah. Okay. So who would play?
So it would end up, if those guys win, it would be Josh against Jeff next week and Justin against Sean.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are definitely better matchups right there. Those are better matchups. But
yeah, I mean, we'd have to favor Jeff and Sean, or at least I would in those matchups. But let's see who gets there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't favor them. I put my money down on my guys. Dude, what happened in Gilly? What the fuck happened in Gilly? I didn't even look, and then my teams erased. I didn't get to see shit. How bad did I lose? Bucky Irving breaking his back hurt. T. Higgins not being able to catch balls hurt.
Let me tell you how bad you lost, Matt. You scored a measly 135 points, which is 10 points more than anybody's averaging this year. Right? So the number one team is averaging 125. You scored 135 and you got knocked out. It was the highest knockout by far. The next closest knockout was Sean 4 weeks ago at 111. So 135 is an excellent week. And
Josh Allen helped
that.
Yeah, losing with Josh Allen is tough. That's a tough loss in Gilly.
Josh Allen put up 60 and you lost.
Yeah. Well, Bucky Irving got hurt and T. Higgins can't catch. And Bowers. Bowers only putting up 8? I mean, that guy's putting up 25 a game.
When can we see his players?
Oh, you don't get to bid on them. They're locked. They're gone.
Yeah,
you don't get them. Oh, you only get guys from before this week. There's still tons of running backs, brother. Not that you need them. You won, but fuck.
No, I was hoping. So that sucks, man. Fucking nobody can get Allen for the run. Woo.
Allen, Lamb, Higgins, AJ Brown, Jonathan Taylor.
Wow.
I don't need Josh Allen.
Yeah, I get it.
You got
Lamar?
I got Lamar and Burrow.
Yeah.
I think I'll be.
You would still take Josh Allen if he was there, though.
Yeah, but would I start him? That's the question.
Yeah, you would. The way he's playing right now, you'd be dumb not to.
Yeah.
You're a smart fantasy player. You would play him. Guy's hands down MVP this year, right? I mean,
Chase Brown might
last couple games. Jeez.
Yeah, he might have kept me in Gilly this year.
Yeah. A league winner, right?
League winner, Chase Brown. I forgot that I have him on Gilly, and then I just looked at my team right now. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm one of those guys.
I'm in Dynasty, and he didn't help me win.
Yeah. Well, let's look at the Dynasty playoff picture.
Dude, I was
Ooh.
close at one point in Dynasty to beating Joe, which would have taken him from number 2 in the playoffs. This is at game time. 2 would have dropped him to last in the playoffs. I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna spoil for Joe." I missed it by a little bit, but it was kind of a fun watching
Damn, I gotta face Bobby this week. Holy shit! I just got my ass kicked by Bobby last week, or not? Was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. So that's not fun.
Bobby's the only team that beat me this year in Dynasty, so I would appreciate you taking him out. That'd
I'll
be
I'll do my best.
I mean, if there's any honor amongst podsters, it's for you to take out Bobby.
I won against Dre this week, so that was nice. But last week, yeah, Bobby kicked my ass. So I don't know.
So in
I'll
Dynasty,
see what I can do.
nobody finished with a 7-7 record and made the playoffs. I think it's the only league we play in where there's no 7-7 teams in the playoffs. I mean, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. There are 7-7 teams in the playoffs. There's nobody that finished 7-7 and missed the playoffs, unlike our other leagues where we have people
All
missing
6
the
and 8.
playoffs.
6 and 8, 6 and 8, 6 and 8. Yep.
Yeah.
All
Oh.
right.
You,
So are you feeling
like-
are you just pretty much feel like you got it in the bag, or are you stressing at all? Is there any little bit
You
of
talking to me with number 1 pick?
Yeah, I'm talking about you for next year, exactly.
Well, you still have to compete for the number 1 pick.
I
Matt.
know. Joking, buddy. Joking.
Yeah. Do I feel like it's in the bag? No. I mean, would it be nice to win my 3rd in a row? Of course. Would it be nice to go undefeated? That didn't happen. So, do I have the best team? Obviously, but any given Sunday, I mean, Bobby just kicked my ass, so we'll see what happens.
That's true. That's true.
And
Any given
Joe's team
Sunday.
looks solid. I mean, I ended up passing him in points a few weeks ago. All of a sudden, when Chase started going off, at one point Joe was ahead of me on points, but looks like I have a 200-point lead on him now.
Yeah, almost 200 points.
Yeah. So I mean, it should be
Dude,
my year.
Bill is way down there in points. Bill and Dre are way down there in points in the playoffs.
Yeah, Dre didn't even crack 1,600.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh,
Ass kicking. Well, enjoy your 3rd, Nate. Enjoy your 3rd.
Yeah, I
That'd
mean,
be nice.
there's not much to talk about there. Let's move on to Empire. And
Well, wait, I do want to say one more thing about
how
One's
good
not about you.
about how good
No,
your
not
team
about your team.
is. And
it's
how
about
you-
Matt. It's about
Oh,
Matt.
Please,
Okay.
let's hear it.
It's not about the actual playoff bracket, but about the loser bracket, which is, as a reminder, a few years ago, if you recall, we used to have 6 teams that would play in the bracket, and those 6 teams, any of them could win the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Okay. We put up a poll, and we said, okay, should we change the loser bracket to, and we gave options, 3 teams, 4 teams, or keep it at 6. The two things that tied was 3 teams and 4 teams. There was no edge to either one. Obviously, nobody wants the number 1 pick to go to the 6th seed or the 7th seed. So the old rule is thrown out, but because there was a tie of whether we should give 3 teams or 4 teams, I'm defaulting to the 4 because that's the closest thing to what the existing rule was. The existing rule was 6 teams compete for the number 1. The poll was tie between 3 and 4, so we're just defaulting to 4. Okay. So the bottom 4 teams are going to be in competition for that number 1 overall pick. Everybody else is just going to pick in the order in which the power rankings has them in. So Matt, the worst you can do is 2nd overall pick if you don't win that tournament. Okay. That's the first thing I wanted to say.
Wait, 2nd or 4th?
No, the worst you can do is the 2nd overall pick. Because right now you're at the very bottom of the power rankings.
Yeah.
If you lose that tournament, you'll have the 2nd pick, and whoever wins that tournament will have the 1st pick.
So if the going back
Gotcha.
to the rule, the new
Well, I was
rule.
planning on winning out, so
Yeah.
Going back to the new rule, if it didn't like pass with a certain amount, if it tied and it didn't pass either way, shouldn't that not be a valid rule?
Technically.
No, I mean, the way I'm ruling on it as a commissioner is that the general sentiment is there, right?
Shut up, Ben. I get to make the
This
choice.
is unilateral. I got what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah,
got
it's
it.
clear and obvious that people did not want all 6 teams to have a right to get the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
There was no consensus of whether we wanted 3 teams or 4 teams, so I'm defaulting to 4
Got it.
because it was
Okay.
a tie, right? So that
How would you
being
even
said-
do 3? That'd be 3 wasn't
exactly?
Even,
It would
Yeah,
be,
3
it would
doesn't
be
work.
difficult.
yeah.
Well,
Has
I
to
wanted
be
to
4.
bring your
Good
guys-
ruling.
I wanted to bring to your guys' attention that in years past, I would always go in and manually change the playoff bracket so that we could have this loser bowl. And I did it mostly for the main league because I wanted the bottom 4 teams to face each other in the dress bowl. Now we have this new rule where, all 6 teams are part of the consolation. So I'm letting CBS choose. I didn't change anything. I let CBS choose our playoff brackets, our consolation brackets in all 3 leagues. Okay. But what you guys are going to see is in our dynasty league, only 4 teams can go for that number 1 overall pick. If for some reason the Sean and Justin are in the finals of that consolation bowl, they're gonna play for nothing. And we're gonna take the winner of the 3rd place game in that consolation bowl, and that person's gonna win the number 1 overall pick. Okay.
Love it. Love it.
All right. I mean, I
So we're back to tanking does matter.
It doesn't.
Well, if you ended up 6 or 7, you couldn't get first pick, so it does matter.
Maybe if you
it does matter a little tiny bit.
You're gonna be the 7th seed.
Yeah.
Maybe you tank to get down to the 11th seed or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
I actually had a situation similar to that in the Empire League where Sean and I, not this week that just happened, but the week prior, Sean and I were playing each other, and it looked like whoever won was going to have a chance at the playoffs, and whoever lost was going to be out of the playoffs. And for a brief second, I thought, should I just tank this week? Should I just tank for a high draft pick because I have no chance of winning? But then I remembered it's based on power rankings, and I went and looked at the power rankings, and I was like 4th in the power rankings. So tanking to him meant nothing. It wasn't going to help me get a higher draft pick. All it was going to do is ruin my chance of winning this year. So I think there is something in our rules that dissuades people from tanking.
Awesome, brother. Let's go to Empire.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your win.
Yeah, thank you.
You by 103 points.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool, dude. Nice, good job for you.
It was an ass kicking.
It was an ass kicking.
Yeah. I got a text from Ryan after that game. Just like he loves me as a co-captain so much. He wants me to give up my main league spot to Dre and become his main league co-captain. So
that's awesome. Here's what I love about our matchup, brother. Between Josh Allen and Jordan Addison, you scored 101 points. My whole team scored 103. Oh no, 121. Sorry, 121. I was doing my math wrong. But still, you almost beat me with 2 guys. That's fucking.
Yeah, Jordan Addison had his second boom game this year. I mean, he's only had a couple
for 2 years. It's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty dumb for the trade that I turned down in my $500 dynasty. I was desperate for wide receivers, and I offered, hey, I'll put up Tyrone Tracy, who I wasn't starting because I have too many running backs. I'll put up Tyrone Tracy for a wide receiver. And the best offer I got was Jordan Addison. And I seriously considered it, but I turned it down, and now I'm kicking myself. Oh, I should have taken that trade.
Yeah. Well, it's hindsight. I mean, he's like I said, this is only like his 2nd or 3rd big game this year. I mean, he's been kind of, but it's been a weird year for them. Jordan Jefferson's been, been on and off, and it's kind of a weird season for them, even though
this is a good mix in the playoffs, guys.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thankfully that last touchdown from Burrow to Chase eliminated Alex and allowed me to leapfrog him and get in.
Yeah.
And I knew that I had it because I looked at our tiebreaker, and when I played Alex earlier this year, because we have the same record, we're 7-7. When I played Alex earlier this year, our score was stupid. It was like 150 to like, yes, he scored like 63 points that week. Like, and I was, how is this team going to make it in the playoffs over me? Come on.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Jake pulled it off.
Yeah, I think I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Empire, you know what I mean, for playoffs and stuff. I think it's gonna be
So
fun.
you and Joe have the bye, and then in round 1 it's gonna be me versus Steve,
and
then Jamie versus Justin.
Justin. Yep.
What are you guys liking those?
I think I'm gonna go with the seeding being correct in this league. I think I like Jamie and Steve to beat Justin and Nate. But then I like the seeding going forward too. Then I like Ben and Joe to finish up at the end, to be at the end. I think the seeding is pretty accurate in this one. Huh? Yeah, I'm going chalk.
I was thinking chalk a little bit too. Because Jamie's team's been solid this year. You know what I mean? She's been
not
good.
The last couple of weeks though.
Well,
she's actually got the last couple of weeks. If I remember I think she's had a down couple of weeks.
Let's look at the scores.
I think I'd have to look that.
I mean, Matt, have you looked at my team versus Steve's team?
This isn't the Nate podcast. I got it. I'm going chalk, dog. No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she won this week. She beat Bobby.
Okay.
132 to 119. So yeah, I like Jamie this week. I think she moves forward. And then what were we looking at? Playoff brackets. Who'd you say? Oh, Steve versus Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Only because Nate's sitting right here.
Nate just wants us to pick him. All right, we're gonna tell you yes on the air,
kidding.
Nate, it's you, but then we're gonna tell everybody else the truth.
No, I mean I like your team. I think you have a hey, are you as a Marie owner? Are you disappointed in his season?
Marie?
A Marie owner?
Is that what you said?
I said a Murray owner. Are you as disappointed with his season production this year as I've been?
His career?
Well,
His career.
yeah, I mean,
Damn.
His career, dude.
Damn, bro.
Like, he's never lived up to what he should be. Not consistently, ever.
No, I have to push back on that.
On consistency? All right.
Well, I mean, he's obviously had a couple of down years from injury, but 2 years ago or 3 years ago when he first hit the scene, he finished as like the QB2 or QB3 that year.
Yeah.
So I mean, his first year as a starter, he was top end, right? Then he had a couple down years with injury. This year was the first year I've ever had him, and you know, if I'm measuring my expectations, it's based on my own expectations, and I expected him to be a top 5 quarterback this year, and he obviously wasn't that.
Yeah.
Now that's faulty expectations because I'm basing it off of what he previously showed as a Konami code quarterback who has, you know, some of the best legs in the league, right?
Yeah.
And then adding Marvin Harrison Jr. to that. What I didn't factor in was Marvin Harrison busting, which by all measures, Marvin Harrison was a bust this year.
Yeah.
Right. Compared to his draft stock.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does that mean that he's always going to be a bust? No. I mean, he might break out year 2, year 3. He's got the pedigree, but you know,
he's averaging 18 points a game. That's Kyler, 18 points a game. I mean, that's not a stud quarterback. That's a Daniel Jones quarterback.
That's being skewed by his 2 bad games. I mean, he had a 3-point game.
Those count.
Right.
Bad games count. You can't take
count.
him out.
They do count.
You know, I'm just saying.
He also had a 36, a 27.
Are you
30,
drafting him
25.
top 10 next year in redraft?
No.
Right. That's my point. Don't defend the guy then. He's not lived up to his hype. It's not lived up.
Matt, he wasn't drafted in the top 10 this year.
Right. That's my point.
My point is that
he's consistently not a stud quarterback.
Well, I don't think Nathan was making a case for him. I think he was saying that he was disappointed with him as well. Matt's just very passionate about it right now.
Yeah.
I was curious because I've had him and I've been waiting for him to break out and have that year that we're expecting. And with all the hype on Marvin Harrison Jr., you expected with Trey McBride, you know, I've carried fucking 2 goddamn Arizona receivers on my bench the whole fucking year, hoping that they were gonna break out at some point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna say I was, you know, kind of disappointed again this year. You know what I mean?
Well, let's put it this way, Matt. You and I both drafted our starting quarterbacks for $7 this year. If you could go into a time machine, do you draft my $7 quarterback or your $7 quarterback?
You're talking in redraft?
Yeah, in our main league.
You're talking Dak against Kyler? Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly.
Well, no, I if Dak was healthy, I would have had him all year.
Right. So where'd Ben go? So we both wish that we would have just spent $1 more and went for Joe Burrow, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. But still, Dak, I think, was having a better season before he went out. It's just not memory. I mean, and he's got better, you know, way better weapon. I mean, CD's way better than anybody on his team.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So all right. I'm not that passionate about Kyler. I just wanted to argue about something. I'm feisty after I got my ass kicked in so many fucking leagues this weekend. God damn it.
Did you really get eliminated from a lot of leagues?
Yeah. I made the playoffs in one dynasty on Sleeper. eliminating Gilly, eliminating main league. Yeah, yeah. So I'm pretty much done
you
anyway.
know your
Everywhere except
final?
that one dynasty.
Do you know your tally of like what percentage of leagues you made playoffs in?
No, I don't do any of that shit, dude. No.
The only reason I looked at it on Sunday morning is because I wanted to ignore the leagues that I didn't have a chance in,
Yeah.
and I wanted to just focus in on the team. And half my teams were already in a playoff spot, so I was like, I'm going to ignore those. And then half, I only wanted to focus on the ones that were in contention. And so I was taking a look at all of them and updating my spreadsheet. This one's battling. This one's already in. This one's a lock, right? And it was a great Sunday. I mean, of the 5 teams that were battling for a playoff spot, 4 of them secured a playoff spot.
Nice.
So it was the one team that didn't was the team that I drafted for Buttnut, which I consider my team because I've been running it for him all year. I'd be lying if I said I've been paying a lot of attention to it.
So do I get like a co-championship in the flex sleeper league since I gave you McLaurin at the end for nothing just so he could win?
What'd
Give
you
you a
give
little
me?
push over the line
You give me McLaurin for what? For nothing?
for nothing.
First
I
round draft
wouldn't.
pick.
I wouldn't have done that trade if we weren't friends and you weren't going for the championship.
Bullshit.
I wouldn't have.
Wow.
I wouldn't have.
Wow.
I offered above KTC
I'm
price.
helping my buddy out, dude.
Bullshit.
He'll never believe me. He'll never believe me. But I would not have made
Bullshit.
that trade in another league, dude. How quick did I make that accept? I'm like, okay, cool, do it. I never
I
traded.
offered you a first round pick for
I know.
Terry McLaurin.
I'm not saying I gave him to you for free. By no means I say I gave him to you for free. I'm just saying I would not have made that trade in a dynasty league that you were.
It's literally what you just said. You just said I gave him to you for nothing.
Well, he did say that.
Yeah. He said,
I gave him.
you for
I
nothing.
would not have. Okay, I would not have made the trade if we weren't friends.
Well, I appreciate that, Matt, but
Yeah,
I don't
wouldn't
believe
have.
you. I don't believe
I know
you
you
for a
won't.
second.
It's fine. You don't have to. I can tell the truth. People don't have to believe it or not. But I would not have done that. I would not have given you that guy. I didn't give him. You traded. You paid fair price.
That's an interesting point. Just because you don't believe him doesn't mean it's not.
Yeah, has no effect in the truth.
No, listen. I've known Matt long enough to know that if anything, it's actually the exact opposite. That there's some trades he would do with people in the league.
So you're saying you don't believe my words?
That he wouldn't do with me because we're friends. He'd be like, "No, fuck that. I'm not doing this for Nate."
I'm also going to get out of that league next year, just so you know.
Are you?
Why I did it. Yeah. I'm getting out of everything except fucking our leagues, our leagues, our CBS leagues.
Why?
Just too much time, too much money, too much time, just nothing. But dude, listen. I'm not trying to take away from your championship, but I'm just letting you know I would not have done that normally.
Well, I haven't won a championship in that league yet. But
you're going to though. You're right there, dog.
Yeah, it's
you
looking
got
good.
high score. You're gonna kick everybody's ass. Just give me a little nod of the cap at the end. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, if you knew you were
he
going to
hates
bail
this.
anyways,
He fucking hates this.
if you knew you were going to bail anyways, we could have just colluded, bro.
You did.
He's trying to tell you he did.
You could have given me McLaurin for like a 3rd round pick instead of a first.
Like tainting his championship.
That's true. You could have. You did a little dirty.
I sent you a first from McLaurin. You counteroffer me. No, a 3rd. That's the way it should have gone.
I didn't want to make it obvious.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah, Matt does this. He's upset that he missed the playoffs in that league, and so he's gonna make me feel bad.
You can't rewrite my truth, buddy. No matter how much you talk, you can't rewrite my truth.
Well, you
don't have to believe me, but it's still the truth.
It was thanks to my trade with you that you
Oh,
yeah.
See, that's why he hates it so much.
Yeah, I know. He hates the truth. It's okay. It's all right, buddy. That's how I showed love to my friends. We're all good.
Bitter Matt. Bitter Matt makes such good content. I mean, this is
all right, buddy. That's fine.
I'm so glad we recorded on Tuesday.
It hurts my feelings that you don't believe me, though. It is the honest truth. Like, there's nothing. There's no ulterior motive here, man.
What league are you still in, Matt? You're still in the playoffs in one league, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm leaving in 1 minute.
On the sleeper app, but nobody's in.
Okay.
Let me show you it.
What I'd like
you
you to
can
do
trust.
is
Wait, you don't believe my words. Hold on. Let me show you.
Text us as soon as you get
up.
eliminated from that league. I want to have a podcast within like minutes of you being eliminated. That's what I want. We're gonna meet together, the 3 of us, and we're gonna talk.
Just so look, I'm in the playoffs. Just so my words matter. You see that? Yeah. All right. We can move on. What other leagues we got going? Fucking God damn it.
I gotta go.
Sorry to ruin your championship.
Ben's gotta go.
I gotta go. we can either end it or you guys can keep talking till it ends.
No, I don't want to talk to this fucker.